Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Jason and today we're going to be talking about the 5 best zero interest credit cards of 2023. Now, the primary reason you would get any of these credit cards is if you're trying to make a big purchase. This is going to be an easy way for you to do that without having to do some crazy loan with a large amount of interest. All of these cards have a 0% interest up to 12, 15, sometimes even 18 months. Obviously, it just depends on each card and each company. So the first one is going to be the Capital One Saver One card. Now with this card, you're going to have 0% APR for 15 months. And after the 15 months, it's going to be anywhere from a 20 to 30% interest rate, which is the big thing you have to keep in mind with all of these credit cards. Each of these has 0% for a certain time, and then after that, crazy high interest rates. You don't want to use the cards after the intro period. That's kind of why these companies are able to give you 0% in the first place. They're banking on you forgetting making your payments, and then after the time rolls over, now you have 20 to 30% interest that you have to pay back. Let's say at the end of the 15 months, you still owe like even $3. You're going to have to pay back all the interest that you would have accrued in those 15 months, and you're going to owe a ton of money. So make sure you are able to pay back all the money within the 15 months. That's really how you're going to be able to take advantage of the 0% interest. This is allowing you to make a big purchase without any interest, and then it gives you enough time to pay that off, and basically you got a loan without having to pay anything extra. After that, don't touch the card, go on to another card. The next card is going to be the Chase Freedom Flex card. Again, this is a 0% APR for 15 months, and there's really nothing too special about this card. It has some cash back bonuses, like 5% cash back in certain categories, but again, I'm listing different cards from different companies in case you're more comfortable with Chase or something like that. This is an option for you. Another Chase one, it's very similar, is the Chase Freedom Unlimited card. Again, 15 months with 0% APR. You do get some cashback rewards through this card. It's like 5% on travel booked with Chase and 3% back when you spend on restaurants or drugstores. One thing I want to add is that you do have to have a good to excellent credit score if you want a good chance of qualifying for these cards, because they're not going to give these kinds of cards to people who don't have that good of a credit score. To them, they think you aren't as likely to make payments back on time, which doesn't really make sense to me. That kind of seems counterintuitive to what the bank's trying to do. The bank wants you to not make payments so that they can charge you the APR. So I would think it would be in their best interest to just give this card to anyone who applies, but apparently you have to have a good to excellent credit score. The next one is another Chase card. I'm not sponsored by Chase or anything, but these are the cards that I found that I feel beginners or people who are trying to make a big purchase would have the easiest time dealing with. This one is a 0% intro APR for 18 months instead of the 15 months before. After the intro period, it's going to be a 20 to 30% variable APR. This card doesn't have any rewards or benefits after the intro period. You're just going to have a crazy APR. So if you do get this card, don't touch it after the 18 months. And the final card on this list is the Wells Fargo Reflect card. This is the #1 card on this list because it has the longest intro period. 0% APR for 21 months. So you basically have almost 2 years to do whatever you need to do before you have to pay it off. Keep in mind, you're still going to have monthly payments with these cards. So you can't just do whatever you want and then, oh, I can pay it all back, in almost 2 years. You still have to make each and every one of your payments on time, or else you don't get the promo, basically. A few things to note with this card is that it does have a $600 cell phone protection deal here. So basically, if you pay your cell phone bill with this card, you do have $600 of protection in case it gets damaged or stolen. And like every other card I've mentioned in this list, this one also has a $0 annual fee. Again, these are cards meant for people trying to make big purchases. The interest rates here are so high afterward that it's really not worth risking using this card. So if you're trying to make a big purchase, definitely consider using some of these cards if you have a decent credit score. As long as you know you can pay everything off, there's really no downside to using these cards. It'll probably even improve your credit score because it's going to be showing that you can make payments. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this video. Stay tuned for future videos on how to make money or be smart with money like this one here. Subscribe, like, all that stuff, and I'll see you next time.